Hey Geekly, Kikai Wafra here, and today, pull up a stool because we've got a big one to unpack. We are talking about the TARDIS in the room, the House of Mouse, and the kind of corporate irony that makes you want to laugh until you start crying into your drink. We're looking at the new spinoff, the war between the land and the sea. Now, if you've been living under a rock or maybe in a sea devil hibernation chamber, you know the vibe around Doctor Who lately has been tense. The rumor mill has been churning. Headlines are screaming that Disney has effectively dumped the franchise after the ratings for the QT got wired didn't exactly break the internet. The narrative was simple. Doctor Who is struggling, the audience has gone, and the big American money is walking out the door. And then the spin-off drops. Here are the facts. The War Between the Land and the Sea premiered on BBC One this past weekend. It's a 5-part series, darker, grittier, focusing on UNIT, the military guys fighting the Sea Devils. No doctor, no TARDIS, just humans holding the line. And the numbers, they are huge. The first episode pulled in an overnight audience of 2.8 million viewers. The second episode did 2.1 million viewers. To put that in perspective for the non-data nerds among us, these numbers are considerably higher than the overnight ratings for most of the recent Doctor Who episodes. You know, the main show that supposedly costs a fortune to make. It even went head-to-head with the finale of I'm a Celebrity, which is like the Super Bowl of British reality TV, and it still beat the slot average by 400,000 viewers. Now, let's play devil's advocate for a second. On paper, you can see why the BBC and Disney made the moves they did previously. They wanted to modernize the brand. They wanted to make Doctor Who a global, Marvel-style juggernaut. And honestly, the war between the land and the sea proves that the Who-universe, God, I hate that marketing term, but let's use it, is actually healthy. It shows that the world Russell T Davies built has legs. People love UNIT. They love the lore. And let's be fair, the cast here is stacked. You've got Russell Tovey, you've got Gugu Mbatha-Raw. It's a serious production for a serious sci-fi audience. If you're a suit at the BBC, you're high-fiving right now because this proves the IP still has value. But it's when I look at the timeline and the Disney dumped Who narrative that I start to twitch. Because here is the absolute total nonsense of the situation. We were told that the main show is struggling because linear TV is dead, or sci-fi is too niche, or whatever excuse the marketing department cooked up to explain why the Disney Plus era wasn't hitting. They told us they needed to change the DNA of the show to appeal to a modern audience. And yet, what just happened? A spin-off that goes back to basics, classic monsters, military grunts, a darker tone that feels more like Torchwood than a Disney musical, absolutely crushes it. The hypocrisy here is staggering. The industry executives treat us like we have the attention span of a goldfish. They think they have to gloss everything over with high-budget CGI and Americanized pacing to get us to watch. But the second they release something that actually respects the intelligence of the audience, something grounded, something that feels like the old school era, the fans come flooding back. Are they taking us for fools? Yeah, kind of. Because it suggests that the problem with the main show wasn't the format or the streaming wars. The problem might just be that they lost touch with what people actually liked about the show in the first place. And the biggest irony? Disney reportedly walked away or cooled off on the deal because of the main show's performance, and now they are stuck contractually distributing this spin-off internationally, a spin-off that is currently outperforming the expensive flagship show they lost faith in. It's the ultimate corporate self-own. They tried to buy a hit, broke it, and then missed the actual hit that was sitting right under their nose because it wasn't shiny enough. It proves that you don't need the Doctor to save the world, and apparently, you don't need Disney money to get ratings. You just need a good script and a tone that doesn't talk down to your audience. Anyway, the article is in the description. Go check the numbers yourself. So, Geekly, you're the judge. Does the success of the war between the land and the sea prove that the Doctor Who franchise is stronger than ever? Or does it prove that the main show and the Disney partnership completely lost its way and needs a total reboot? Let me know what you think in the comments. And that is the cold hard truth about this Doctor Who spin-off victory lap. If you agree that the ratings do not lie, hit that like button, subscribe, and sound off in the comments. I need to know whose side you are on. If you want to fuel my next rant, the Buy Me a Coffee link is right down there. Quick question for tomorrow. Should I film from the TARDIS console room or the Citadel of Rix? Let me know. I will catch you on the flip side. This was Kikai Wafra for NewsGeekly.